Yeah, Joey, why don't you tell first, because you kind of went, yours was a little bit, it was supposed to be a little different.
Okay, well, this year we had our first archery meet practice. And so, what it basically is first you go to a class that you have to go to 3 times. And they kind of just like tell you what hand you should shoot with and the safety and whistle drills. And then you can get to shooting.
And then what I went to that was on a Saturday, and then I went on a Sunday. And it was just like practice, and you just get to go shoot. So
I'm just going to jump in and mention something that was brought up to me. We've usually been doing indoor practices at the Armory in River Falls, and then later in the summer we have some outside ones in River Falls at the Sportsman's Club. And this first practice was geared toward the younger kids that have been in archery less than 3 years, so that they had more time to focus and help the younger members instead of having it opened up to everyone, because they've got, I don't even know the number, but it's astronomical for the number of people that we have in Pierce County, and the members are in archery. Shooting sports right now is probably the fastest growing project area in 4-H, and so they have a lot of kids in it, and so it's been a challenge to schedule enough time to get them to be able to shoot. And we just learned that they're actually going to be doing some remodeling at the Armory in River Falls. So now all of the shooting sports members, the archery in particular, that got their letters with all the scheduled practices at the Armory, they're not going to happen because the Armory isn't going to be available. So last I heard, they had called a couple places, but they are still looking for other options of places to do, especially this time of year, to have a few more indoor things. So if anybody else knows of anything, you let me know, or Deanna Hines and any of the shooting sports committee, Peggy Larson and Deanna are probably the two to contact. So if anybody thinks of other places, because right now they're looking at the only places that might be available are going to be like Hammond and New Richmond, and New Richmond people, Bay City people, to get to New Richmond for archery practice, because you have to attend 2, I believe, to be able to shoot at the fair. So something to think about if anybody has a spot they can think of closer to home here.
And the practices also go for air rifle and air pistol. They will not be having them since they're at the National Guard. Okay, so is there any other old business? Okay, moving on to new business. Can I please have an informant reading by number?
On March 17th, there's a Siler's Food Market and Meat Processing Plant Tour, and that's for meat animal project members, and that's at 6 p.m. at Siler's. On March 19th, Spring Performing Arts Festival is at Spring Valley Elementary School. On April 2nd, there's a foods review at 9:30 a.m. at the Ellsworth High School. On April 16th, there's a sheep and goat weigh-in at the Pierce County Fairgrounds at 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then on April 17th, there's a dog orientation meeting, and that's mandatory for dog project members. That's in the Cyforce building at 1 p.m. And last, I want to congratulate Alicia for winning a trip to DC.
Woo!
Thank you. The foods review registration is due March 20th. Oh, who? Alright, Maisie.
And when was the goat thing?
The goat weigh-in.
Yeah.
And then if you're not signed up for meat goat, a market animal for the meat animal project, that you don't have to weigh in your dairy goats.
Do you need to know still? Huh? Do you need to know still? Foods review registration is due March 23rd. No late entries will be accepted. Make sure you get that in if you're going to do that food review. Summer fundraising dates have been put on the Shutterfly website along with helper sign-up sheets. And I already talked about the air rifle and air pistol meetings in archery, that they will not be being held due to National Guard having construction. I need to mention the dinner theater that'll be hosted by the Rockham Skyrockets for their fundraiser on April 3rd. This is going to be a dinner theater and it'll be at the Elmwood Auditorium on April 3rd. And they're encouraging clubs to come perform their plays for the Performing Arts Fest that you would do at the Performing Arts Festival. And it's called Spaceships and Spaghetti. And the seating and dinner will start at 3, entertainment will start at 3:30. There'll also be a raffle and silent auction. Adults are $10 at the door, but $8 in advance. And children 12 and under are $7 at the door and $5 in advance. And seating is limited, and you can contact their club, Rockham Skyrockets, like one of their members or the leader, to get tickets, and they can also be purchased at Dick's Bar and Grill, Spunky Junction, and Just Use Salon. And we have a sympathy card.
Oh yeah. So one of a lady, what's
Sue Gertis.
Sue Gertis. She used to be involved with our club, and her husband passed away. So
Unexpectedly big.
yeah, so it's probably she's going through a really hard time. So I have a sympathy card up here, and if everyone could sign it, I have a pen up here if you just want to come write your name. We're going to give that to her. So after the meeting's done, if everyone could please remember to come sign this card for her.
Okay, so is there any other new business?
Just, Mr. Emery and I have been in touch with Jim at Flat Pennies with a tentative date of June 17th. That's a Friday, the week after school is out. We want to pencil that in or maybe ink it in. If nobody has any major objections to that, that will most likely be the day.
What is this for?
For our dairy promotion at Flat Pennies, so June for Dairy Month, we do fun stuff. We form a committee that meets and decides what kind of activities we want to do, but we're looking at that for the dates. Does anybody have any major objections to that? We can go with it. We can probably confirm that. If that sounds good to everybody? Okay, I'll wait. Well, maybe I'll,
Personal problem.
you have to wait till 7 o'clock to go look at it.
Is there any other new business? No? Okay, so moving on to announcements. So snack and drink tonight is provided by the Smith family. And our next meeting will be April 10th at the Bay State Legion at 6 p.m. And also don't forget to come up here and sign the sympathy card. So is there a motion to adjourn? Joy.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Alright, is there a second? Awesome. Alright, it has been properly moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries and the meeting is adjourned.
Okay, before everybody gets up, those of you guys that are in the play, remember to watch your email. Okay, our dress rehearsal for both the older kids and the younger kids is Thursday. You can ride the bus to the Legion here, so watch your email for the bus numbers and bus details. I just have to confirm them tomorrow.